Hello, welcome. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Fairytale Oracle cards, Enchanted Guidance through the Magic of Fairy Tales. It is so gorgeous, so beautiful. It is done by Umbrella Tree Press. It's just so cute. So adorable. I don't know if that's catching on camera, but it's just so pretty with all the little gold detailing. This is very much sort of what I would consider like a romance deck or like a really amazing oracle for working with like romance readings, or if you just want to like bring some more like fairy tale energy, love energy into your life. So I know it's so people always ask me, they're like, why do you keep these? I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I put them to bed. I feel like putting my cards back in it keeps them sort of like, I don't know, I just do it. It's just one of my things. Okay, so before we dive into the cards, we're going to dive into the guidebook. It is teeny tiny, but it does have some really beautiful messages inside if you are someone who likes to use the guidebook. So we start off with just Enchanted Guidance through the Magic of Fairy Tales. We have an introduction, how to use the card, and then the meanings of the card listed in alphabetical order, which we love because, there's no numbers on the cards. So, like, when guidebooks have it and it's just, like, all random, like, that's, like, a big pet peeve of mine. So being in alphabetical order is brilliant. It talks about your introduction, how to use the cards, preparing for a reading, shuffling, questions that you can ask using the guidebook, and then it just dives in. Each card or each page has a picture of the card, the title, and then the story, the keywords, the quick readings. So like the story would be like the characters who are depicted in the images, and then you have a beautiful little write-up on the card to give you a beautiful message. And I do actually really like this because I have some other decks that are sort of like fairy tale themed that don't dive into the fairy tale. They're just like, oh, here's your message. And I'm like, but wait a second, give me a little bit about the fairy tale that this is based on. And this does give you a little bit in each one about what the fairy tale is about. So I do really appreciate that. And it's a cute little guidebook. Moving on to the beautiful cards. So they are this gorgeous purple, very, very fairy tale, very, very beautiful. And they have this gorgeous gilding on the side of it that is gold. All right. Let's dive into them. We're just going to zoom in. Okay, so starting us off, we have Abundance, the Merry Adventures of Robin Hood. We have Balance, the Snow Daughter and Fire Son. I absolutely love this card so much. We have Benevolence, the Queen Bee. We have Caution, the Golden Goose. We have Charity, the Little Match Girl. Compassion, Snow White and Rose Red. Control, the 12 Dancing Princesses. And you've actually got like the little princesses in the background that you can see as well if you look really close. Creativity, the Peasant's Clever Daughter. Deception, the Girl and the Snake. Destiny, Cinderella. Discipline, the Shepherd Boy and the Wolf. Entitlement, the Story of the Three Bears. So we've got Goldilocks here. Escape, Rapunzel. I love this card. Examination, Brides on Their Trial. Expression, Snow Queen. Faith, the Girl Without Hands. Fearless, the Brave Little Tailor. Forgiveness, the Water of Life. Fortune, Jack and the Beanstalk. Freedom, Little Thumbelina. Gratitude, the Nightingale. Guidance, Puss in Boots. Humility, the Wicked Prince. Integrity, the Frog Prince. Intention, how King Midas lost his ears. Judgment, the Real Princess. Loyalty, the 40 Thieves. Magnetic, Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp. New Beginnings, Briar Rose. Overwork, Rumpelstiltskin. Patience, the Goose with the Golden Eggs. Perseverance, the 6 Servants. Power, the Emperor's New Clothes. I actually hate this card. I don't know why. I'm just like, oh, I hate it. Promise, the Boy and the Wolves. Release, the Shroud. Or the Shroud? Shroud? I don't even know anymore. Resourceful, Hansel and Gretel. Sacrifice, the Mermaid. Secrets, the Gypsy Queen. Selfless, the Wild Swans. Temptation, Little Snow White. Transformation, the Ugly Duckling. Transparency, the Pied Piper of Hamelin. Trust, Little Red Cape. And then Unconditional Love, Beauty and the Beast. All right, so those are all of the cards. And a couple of little things from just like, because I have worked with this deck and I have used it and I have looked at it. There's a couple things that like right off the bat when I first pulled it out, I was like, oh, I don't like that as much. So a couple of like their faces are not like the greatest. Like they sort of like pull me out. Like this one here, like her head almost looks like if you're on camera, it actually looks okay, but like in person, her head sort of looks more like popped off the screen or like popped off the photo than some of like, it's like some of the faces are like, okay, this one. Like his face just doesn't fully look. Anyways, that's my only tiny little pet peeve with this deck, but otherwise it is absolutely gorgeous. I really love it. You can use it for literally anything. Like you don't have to use it for like romance readings, like I said, but I do feel like it has this really beautiful energy because it does have that fairy tale energy. And for me, I always think of like fairy tales as like, I don't know, like love stories and just like tales of caution, I guess too. But it's just, I don't know. I really like it. And I sort of got it with that intention of using it when people do want love readings. So anyways, shuffles beautifully. Let's see what we have got. And there's a couple, like this one, I'm like, I don't know what this story is. So like there are ones that like I've had to like go through when I've pulled them out and been like, wait, what is this story? But the guidebook does have a beautiful little mini write-up of them. So for today's little reading, we have Sacrifice, the Mermaid. There's also a lot of like little details on these cards. Like if you look in the background at first glance, you might not notice it, but there is this couple standing right there on the bridge that she's sort of looking at from afar. So there are a lot of these like little tiny like details put in that I really, really love. So let's read from the guidebook so you get a sense of what it is like. And it's beautifully all in alphabetical order. So here we go. Sacrifice. The story is The Mermaid. The keywords are adaptation, challenge, and selflessness. Your quick reading is to gain something you may need to give up something. Be sure it is worth the sacrifice. The Mermaid tale is about a young mermaid so intrigued by the wonders of life on land that she is ready to leave behind her underwater world. She falls in love with a prince after saving his life at sea and decides to risk everything to be with him. The ending is tragic as the prince marries another princess, leaving the young mermaid in despair. It is true that in order to gain something in life, we must be willing to change, take risks, and give up something. However, sometimes situations may not be as they appear. The young mermaid was willing to give up her identity, family, and friends, only to be abandoned by her prince. Before making an important decision, take the time to evaluate your options carefully. Consider the pros and cons and ask yourself, is this truly worth my sacrifice? So I do really like how the guidebook is written. I was going to say I would love it if it had more keywords, but I feel like the main keyword at the top is good enough. Like it's really good, like sacrifice. I'm like, I can get messages from that right away, very intuitively, and then also pull on the knowledge of what I know from The Little Mermaid and different stories that involve mermaids and just like legends and lore. So there's like a lot that you can add into these cards if you're using them in a reading. And I really like it. And again, if you don't know the story, the guidebook does dive into that. So this is so funny because I said that like I didn't know what the Gypsy Queen was, and it's the one right after. So let's just read that one real quick too. So this is the card of secrets, and the story is the Gypsy Queen. The keywords are conceal, confidential, and deceit. The quick reading is being honest with yourself and others requires courage. Okay? In this Mexican fairy tale, a gypsy girl pretends to be a beautiful maiden born from an orange fruit. She tricks a handsome prince into marriage and becomes his queen. She hides her secret for quite some time until one day an enchanted dove unmasks her as an imposter. The king ends the deceit and leaves the gypsy to be with his true love. Secrets have the potential to ruin relationships. However, some may feel that keeping secrets is necessary to survive a relationship and maintain the peace. Do you have a secret that you wish you could come clean about? It takes an act of courage to open up about certain aspects of your life. Secrets never remain secrets forever and have a way of becoming known. If you are unsure where to draw the line between secrets and privacy, check in with your conscience. This card may also indicate that you could be the one feeling emotionally disconnected from someone keeping secrets. Honesty, both with yourself and the other person, is essential right now. Anyways, so that is the Fairytale Oracle. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. It is lovely. Yeah, it's just so pretty. I love it. Okay. Anyways, let me know what you think of this one. Let me know if it's something that you want to add to your collection or something that you feel called to. And I will see you next time. Bye.